The 2024 United States Senate elections are quickly approaching, and the stakes have never been higher. For supporters of Donald Trump, these races are about more than just individual seats. They represent a crucial battle for the direction of the country. With control of the Senate hanging in the balance, every vote and every state matters. The mainstream media might downplay the momentum on the Republican side, but recent polling data reveals that the tide is shifting in unexpected ways, much to the frustration of the Democratic establishment. Key states like Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin are still up for grabs, and despite what some might suggest, these are not guaranteed victories for the Democrats. In fact, many of these states are seeing a groundswell of support for conservative candidates who promise to restore common-sense policies, strengthen the economy, and safeguard American values. The Democrats may be scrambling to maintain their hold, but their grip is slipping as more Americans grow tired of failed promises and political doublespeak. As President Trump has repeatedly emphasized, this election is not just a fight for seats, it is a fight for the soul of America. Who will win this critical race and shape the future of the nation? Will the Democrats cling to power, or will the Republicans reclaim the Senate and, with it, the ability to check the radical agenda that has taken hold? The energy on the ground suggests that we could be in for a series of surprises that will redefine the political landscape. Stay tuned as we break down the details, analyze the trends, and watch closely as these fiercely contested races play out. The path to making America great again might just run through the Senate, and the 2024 elections could be the turning point. For Alabama, where manufacturing and agriculture are deeply rooted in the state's economy, the Republican stronghold remains firm. So these industries have long supported conservative policies, making it challenging for any opposition to gain traction. So the situation is quite similar in Arkansas, where government subsidies for the energy sector help maintain a solid Republican advantage, further cementing the party's grip on this traditionally red state. For example, states like Colorado are seeing a surge in clean energy investments, while their booming tech industries have become central pillars of Democratic support. The rise of these sectors aligns well with the Democrats' focus on sustainability and progressive values, keeping Colorado's political identity increasingly blue. Meanwhile, California's liberal policies and dominance in technological innovation ensure that the state remains a Democratic stronghold. This makes it one of the least competitive states in the election, allowing the Democrats to focus their efforts elsewhere. Agriculture and the reliance on traditional energy sources continue to solidify Kansas as a Republican stronghold. The state's deep-rooted agricultural base, coupled with its focus on energy, aligns with conservative policies that prioritize economic stability and resource development. Similarly, Kentucky's steadfast support for the Republican Party can be attributed to its heavy dependence on coal and the predominance of rural communities where conservative values and industries intersect. In Louisiana, the state's significant energy production, particularly in oil and natural gas, bolsters the Republican base, making it difficult for opposing parties to make inroads. In Maryland, the presence of federal jobs and the emphasis on cybersecurity contribute to a reliable Democratic advantage. Similarly, Massachusetts is defined by its robust education system and flourishing biotechnology sector, which consistently keep it within the Democratic camp. However, not all states are securely aligned. Michigan stands out as a prime battleground, where union support and the ongoing issues surrounding the automobile sector create a highly competitive environment. In contrast, Minnesota's Democratic leaning is reinforced by its healthcare and technology sectors, which provide stability to the party's support base. On the Republican side, conservative values intertwined with the energy industry ensure that states like Mississippi remain deeply red. Missouri also stands firm in the Republican column due to its emphasis on agriculture and manufacturing, which reflect the party's economic priorities. The situation is similar in Nebraska, where agriculture and energy concerns push the state reliably towards the Republican side. Texas is proving to be one of the most hotly contested states. So the combination of a robust energy industry and a rapidly expanding tech scene has created a complex political landscape, making it difficult for either side to claim a decisive advantage. Meanwhile, Vermont remains firmly in Democratic hands, with a focus on educational policies and clean energy initiatives aligning closely with the party's values and priorities. Further south, Virginia presents a solid blue base for the Democrats. These factors have contributed to a stable lead for the Democratic Party in recent years, making it a reliable state for the party's national strategy. Similarly, Washington State is another cornerstone for Democratic support, largely due to its booming cloud computing industry and a strong emphasis on technology-driven policies, which resonate well with its progressive electorate. Wyoming, too, remains steadfastly Republican with its deep-rooted conservative values and strong reliance on the fossil fuel industry, creating an environment that strongly favors the GOP. Wisconsin, however, remains a focal point of attention as a battleground state. The interplay of its manufacturing sector and health policy debates has made it a highly contested area where both parties are investing heavily. Wisconsin's diverse economic landscape and shifting voter priorities mean that the outcome here is far from certain and could tip the balance of the overall election. Missouri also stands firm in the Republican column due to its emphasis on agriculture and manufacturing, which reflect the party's economic priorities. Similarly, Massachusetts is defined by its robust education system and flourishing biotechnology sector, which consistently keep it within the Democratic camp. Meanwhile, California's liberal policies and dominance in technological innovation ensure that the state remains a Democratic stronghold. This makes it one of the least competitive states in the election, allowing the Democrats to focus their efforts elsewhere. In Louisiana, the state's significant energy production, particularly in oil and natural gas, bolsters the Republican base, making it difficult for opposing parties to make inroads. As the countdown to election night continues, these developments underscore the unique political identities of each state and the critical importance of understanding local issues. Each state's distinctive economic drivers, policy priorities, and voter demographics are playing pivotal roles in shaping the national narrative, making the 2024 presidential race one of the most unpredictable and consequential in recent history. Stay engaged as we monitor every twist and turn in this political journey.